Our next speaker is Stefan Villavicencio. Okay, now when I practiced your name, I didn't trip over it at all. So it just must be, nerves of, the role and it being live. So let's try again. Stefan Villavicencio. Stefan is a tenacious staff member at the University of South Florida, working on collecting birth defect data. Today, he will tell us about the importance of being aware of birth defects. Then he will encourage us to take action to contribute to birth defect research, treatment, and education. So it's not just Women's History Month. This is Stefan Villavicencio, World Birth Defect Day. World Birth Defect Day, Stefan Villavicencio.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, Madam Toastmaster. Today is World Birth Defect Day. Hooray! What does that mean? Well, World Birth Defect Day aims to use our collective voice to educate others and raise awareness about birth defects. And we will use this hashtag, which is hashtag many births, one voice. And I'll post that after my speech. We as researchers of birth defects provide the activities that can be done individually, and we want to just talk about how every year 3 to 8% of all infants globally, about 88 million infants, are born with at least one birth defect or a congenital anomaly. Birth defects are a leading contributor to the global burden of infant mortality and result in lifelong neonatal and physical disabilities. Many birth defects are preventable, and by promoting the knowledge and the research of birth defects, as well as the clinical treatment of birth defects, we can increase opportunities for the prevention of birth defects in this state, in the country, and also all around the world. There are 5 major points that myself and other members of the research community want to share with everyone, to the greater society. Number 1, birth defects are common, they are costly, and they are critical. As I had mentioned, there are 8 million infants born every year with a birth defect. In the United States, that means that it's about 1 out of every 8 as well. And 1 out of every 5 deaths, a child has a birth defect. In addition, birth defects cause lifelong disabilities and challenges. In the United States, birth defects cost the healthcare system $2.6 billion. That's with a B, billion dollars. Our point 2, taking 4 micrograms of folic acid every day before and during pregnancy can prevent major birth defects. These types of birth defects tend to focus on the brain and the spine. And a diet rich in folate, which will include some fruits and vegetables, nuts, as well as some folate fortified breads and cereals. point 3 is that it's important to consult the healthcare provider, the OBGYN, before starting or stopping any medications during pregnancy. Planning how to take care of your health conditions before pregnancy can keep you and your developing baby healthy. Some medications might not be safe to take during pregnancy, and it may be beneficial to talk to your doctor and ask, are these medicines important for me to take, or are they more detrimental? Maybe there's a different medication to take during pregnancy that will not affect the baby. And point 4, it's important to attend prenatal care appointments and to become up to date on all vaccines. And point 5 is to avoid smoking, drinking alcohol, and taking other drugs during pregnancy. And there's no safe amount of alcohol to drink during pregnancy, because it's possible that these can affect in lifelong physical and intellectual disabilities for the child. Smoking during pregnancy is also something that should not be done. If you want to be sure, talk to your healthcare provider and let them know what you're dealing with. And finally, birth defect surveillance, or point 6, the last point. Birth defect surveillance and research can help improve pregnancy and infant mortality and quality of life. And it's good that I'm part of a team for the state of Florida working to surveil, to track birth defects in this state. But there are many people, there are many clinicians, and as well as healthcare educators, nurse and nurse assistants that are there to help. And I appreciate your time. And I can say, if you are really interested, you can talk to me after the meeting. Also, I will share with you a website where you can donate to the March of Dimes, and I'll be doing a March for Life. It's a 3-mile walk, and it's going to happen in May. So I will go ahead and put that link in the chat box. Thank you, and I appreciate your time. Madam Toastmaster.